Hello! We're with another edition of our UnMute blog videos, and I have a very special person with me actually today. A man who's responsible for building the techno scene in a very big way. He played a very important part in the whole house techno sound, bringing a little bit of house music into techno, and of course his label Tronic, iconic. So you know who I'm talking about. We have Mr. Christian Smith with us.
Hello.
Hi Christian, welcome to India.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. This is your second visit here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And we just had a lovely dinner.
Yes, we did.
Sitting in the car on our way to the gig.
Yeah, that's it. We're in the car. We're on the way to Blue Frog for Christian's first gig on this tour. We're doing Blue Frog in Delhi and Bombay.
That's right. Yeah.
So quick one, Christian. So tell me, how has the whole India experience been for you in the past, and what are you looking forward to this time?
Well, in the past, I've only been here once before. That was for an after party for Sunburn Festival,
right?
And that was a bit of a mess. But now I'm here again, and I'm very happy. So far, everything's great, and we just had an amazing dinner. And yeah, we're on our way to the gig. Everything should be fine. I'm really looking forward to it.
And just want to go a little bit into musical history. Tronic has literally, it's an iconic label. I mean, let's not kid anybody. It is. I mean, what you've done with it, right from the beginning to when you relaunched the label in 2000.
I relaunched it in 2006.
2006, right. Yeah. And since then, I mean, everybody that you've had on the label everybody's done wonderful things with it, and I don't know, you've got a knack of catching people at the right time and really developing them.
I think it's more about working together. You know, if I like somebody's music and I like the person, and I get along with the person, we work together.
Right.
And if it works well, we continue working together.
Right.
So I've developed lots of long-term relationships, and I think this really helped a lot in growing the label overall.
Right. So it's kind of like a family situation for you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
You're working with people that
pretty much everybody on my label is a personal friend of mine.
Right.
And this makes everything much more fun as well.
Absolutely. Quickly, I know you played last year. You did a couple of really big gigs, and in particular, I want to just mention right off the bat was the Enter Party. How was that? Because everybody's been talking a lot of the Enter Parties.
Well, it was really good. It was the first time I played for Richie at Enter. Well, it was the first season he had Enter in Ibiza. Before, I played many times for Carl Cox in the same venue at Space.
At Space, right.
And but Richie's party is the Enter Party is very different. It's much less, I should say, less commercial, more underground,
right?
And really good. It's a super solid gig. I'm already asked to come back this year, so I'm very happy.
Excellent.
Yeah,
okay, that's the first you've heard here. Okay, Christian Smith's going to be at Enter.
So it's one of my highlights of the summer for sure. Just because everybody's friends there, and we all have dinner together, we all hang out, and then we all party together. It's not like me going to gig working. No, it's just like having a big party together with a bunch of friends and 8,000 other friends.
Right.
So, you know,
super.
Could be worse.
Super. And so, what are your summer plans like? I mean, we're just getting into summer now. I'm sure the season's going to be...
Well, things are still being negotiated for Ibiza right now, but overall, yeah, summer's looking really good. I mean, I have so far 10, 12 gigs each month of July and August, and there's still more coming.
Anything interesting coming up in Tronic apart from the album, of course, that's releasing actually in a couple of days, isn't it?
In a couple of days, on Monday, in 3 days.
Do we get to hear some of it tonight?
Well, for sure.
Yeah? Okay.
For sure, but like, yeah, my album is coming out in Tronic. A new album by Webber is coming out in Tronic. A big compilation for Sonar around June. Just, you know, doing 2 releases a month. Staying focused, releasing good music.
I think you know, Tronic in that way is one of the few labels that's actually taking the album model and putting it out there, because there aren't too many labels who are actually investing that kind of energy into an album.
No, you're very right.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work from making the album to promoting the album to releasing the album.
Right.
And I do it because I think it gives the artists an outlet to be more experimental, more creative, and generally this also helps an artist to grow. You know, go from a B level to A level DJ.
Right.
And everybody so far that is involved really likes it, and I try to do that. Also, this differentiates Tronic. This makes Tronic one of the top labels, just because very few labels release. Mobily is another label that does albums. Cocoon used to release a lot of albums, but not anymore.
Yeah, right.
But you know, it's a tough world out there. It's survival of the fittest.
Okay, last one question. I'm a studio junkie, and I love talking about gear and equipment and stuff. And I know you're a production junkie. You make so much music. It's sometimes impossible to keep a track of the amount of music you release. So I want to just quickly check with you. What's your studio setup like?
Very basic. I just have a computer, and I do everything in the box. I use a lot of analog plugins such as Arturia. I use a lot of UAD for my processing, Universal Audio.
Yeah.
They do amazing compressors, effect units.
What DAW are you on?
On Ableton.
Oh, you are? Okay,
yeah, believe it or not.
Oh, super.
But I make everything inside Ableton, but then I render each track in Cubase.
Oh, okay.
Because the sound engine in Ableton is still not perfect. So I render everything in Cubase, and then it sounds a little bit wider.
So are you like rewiring things into...
No. I finish the track in Ableton, and then I take render each track, all the stems, and render them again in Ableton.
Cool.
No, in Cubase.
In Cubase, right. Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. Yeah, and I was actually reading some time ago that I think an interview you did where you were talking about you got a couple of the new analog synths. Well, I'm not talking about the old guys. There was one in particular. Was it the Mofo that you were talking about?
Yes, a Tetra. It's called.
The Tetra,
it's
right?
The same company. Same company as the Mofo.
Yeah, correct.
That's the only one that I have actually, and Webber and I share it.
Okay.
And he uses it more than I do.
Okay.
I tend to use one plugin I use the very most is the it's a GeForce Mini Monster. It's a copy of the Mini Moog, and I use it tons for bass and stabs and many other things. But yeah, Tetra's also good, but I tend to work really fast in the studio, and sometimes I can't find what I want out of the Tetra, and it's a very time-consuming synth to get what you want out of it. But once you do, it's amazing. So I use it from time to time.
So did you have a very big studio when you were in Sao Paulo?
Back in the days, I had a proper studio with like 10 synthesizers, a big sampler, 5 effect units, 24-channel mixer. But no need for any of that. All you need is a computer, good monitors, and some proper acoustics in your room, and then you're good to go.
So tips for you guys: and
most important thing is acoustics. Because it doesn't matter how good your speakers are, if you can't hear your music, you can't make good music. So.
Yeah, so that's very important thing, because I know a lot of kids today want to just buy gear and thinking that I'll get a little Mini Moog and I'll get the sound.
Exactly, I'll buy a Mini Moog and I'll buy an analog compressor.
Yeah.
And then they have a horrible room. And you know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Save your money. Don't buy compression. You can do this all inside the computer. Don't buy a Mini Moog. First, make sure your room sounds good.
Right. Excellent. So you've got a tip from the master who's been doing this for years.
I'm not a master, okay?
Come on, I'm
just doing what I love, okay? Just like you.
Well, doing it for the love of music. That's what Mr. Smith is about.